Alright, so I just have a few questions about, my bracing using the method described in Trevor Gore's book using carbon fiber and epoxy resin. So first of all, the epoxy I used is Aeromarine epoxy resin, the 300 resin with the 21 hardener. I chose this because it gets to I believe a shore hardness of 84D or 85D. I'm sorry. And I'm not sure. I'm sure some people don't understand exactly what that means. I'm a student at a technology school, so I just kind of approach this stuff from an engineering standpoint. But basically, it means that this stuff gets really, really hard when it dries. AKA it's not going to be rubbery. It's not going to absorb any vibrations or anything like that. Downfall to it, which I didn't know about until I bought it. You got to mix up a bunch of it just for it to dry correctly. So there's always all this waste here. I'm not sure if I'll buy it again after I'm done with this, but that'll last me a while, so I don't know. But enough of that. So good thing it's been drying for maybe like 20 hours. Just go bar popped off. So here's my worry. X braces went pretty well. These two braces down here went well. This finger is on pretty well. But on this finger, and this finger over here, in his book he warned against putting too much epoxy on the carbon fiber strands. Well, I put a little too much epoxy on the carbon fiber strands, and just like he described, some of the carbon fiber kind of squeezed out the side. Not sure how well you can see that, but I'm sure you can see kind of some black on the sides, and then also got a little bit over on this one. But I'm not too concerned about that. They're still down on the top. They're bonded pretty well. Just the carbon fiber is not going to make it quite as stiff as it would otherwise. But I'm being my first go at this. I'm pretty happy with that. Where my worry is, though, is on this leg of the X brace down here. There's some small gap between the surface of the top and the brace, enough so that I can fit part of a piece of paper in there. I'm sure you can't see that very well with all these go bars. I can't get very close with the camera, but I can fit the corner of this paper down there. Let me actually draw that on with a pencil to see how far in I am, if I can find a writing utensil. Here's one. Just give me 1 second. I'm gonna mark on this paper how far in it sticks. So here we go. I'm not sure how well you can see that line. I'm going to darken it a little bit just so that I can give you guys a good idea of what I'm dealing with. I want to give you enough information so the guys who know more than me can accurately help me with my problem. So right there, less than a 1/4 inch, but more than 1/8 of an inch. But it's not going all the way through, and there is gap on both sides, not just one side. So I'm guessing, just based off what I know here, I'm assuming that maybe I just did not put enough glue on the brace itself, so the carbon fiber that's under it is keeping it pushed up a little bit, and there's not enough glue to fill that gap there. So in my mind, the solution to this problem would just to be, lay down some tape to avoid getting any glue on the wood, well, on the side of the brace or on the top of the guitar, and then mix up some more epoxy and work it into that crack so that it's, completely adhered. But I'm just not sure if this is an issue or anything like that. This is very new stuff to me. So I just wanted to check with you guys. That gap really worried me when I noticed it. I actually wasn't able to get this whole thing. I started setting up this finger. You can see there's some dried epoxy there, but when I was working with it, I felt like the epoxy was really starting to, not necessarily set up, but it was getting very viscous. And thick. So I decided to pull it off, and I still got to get around the sound hole. I'm just gonna put that guy on when I do that. I wanted the epoxy to be nice and liquidy so it could absorb into the wood, and that's one thing that I do like about this epoxy. This epoxy, like I already said, it gets extremely hard when it dries. That's the one reason I bought it. But another thing is it's very, very liquidy. It's not viscous at all when you mix it up. So it works great as an adhesive with wood because the wood can really absorb it. You know, it's not really thick like other epoxies I've used. Um, you know, I think I spent 40 bucks on these two bottles, and that will last a long time, even though I do have to, you know, waste a bunch of it. But you know, I'll probably be doing more research next time it comes time to buy epoxy. But who knows? I might end up with it again. But yeah, that's just my question with that. You know, basically the gap. Um, Not too concerned about these where the carbon fiber squeezed out. You know, just I'll carve the braces a little higher. It'll add a little bit more mass, but it'll be fine. I'm not worried about it at all. Um, Basically, just really this brace right here where I'm getting some gap. So yeah, thanks for watching. I'd appreciate any help or any advice that you guys have. Um, yeah, that's about it. Thank you guys for watching, and I hope to hear from some of you who are experienced with this kind of stuff. Thanks.